Welcome, everybody, to the Get Bit Podcast, the podcast for blurs, for nerds. If you have a fandom, you are most certainly welcome here. We are your hosts, the most, Spartan, Tafari TV, Showa Guy Joe. Fellas, it is finally the weekend. How we feeling?
Hey, shout out to everybody who's having a fun time at Comic-Con. Looks like all the pop-ups are going really well. I'm seeing all kinds of freebies, so very jealous.
Nice. But ooh, wow. Outside of that, I'm jealous. I know there's some people at Comic-Con that actually got to see Fantastic Four as a showing, as a private screening. So thank y'all for not spoiling it. Although
did they really?
Yeah, some of them. There was a Prime Video screening because I think one of our podcast brethren, I think Neon Nor Vibes got to see it, and I saw it post on her social media. I think she was got to see it, but either way. With that being said, though, and Joe, you're muted, by the way, if you're trying to say something, dude. But with that also being said, though, guys, if you are at San Diego Comic-Con, please be safe, of course, with the heat and things getting done. Also, if you can, also at the same time, if you can share, be careful. You know, we're not trying to get anybody in trouble. We understand that you're trying to be the first person to give the news and the first person to above all else, just try to get it out there. But if it's, spoiler territory, especially with Fantastic Four, do us all a favor. Say nothing. Fantastic Four just came out. And we're treating this the same way we're treating like Superman. No spoilers. If you liked it, say you liked it. But don't be that guy and put the post-credit scene on TikTok just because you want hits. Don't be that guy. That's all we're saying. But before we get into our news slate, we do also want to extend our condolences, of course, because death comes in threes, and it came in fours this week. Again, to Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, the birth of heavy metal, and I'll give Ozzy the credit. This man sat there and said, "Well, I'm dying anyway. Let me go ahead and do this tour." He finished out an entire show, raised $190 million for children's hospitals and Parkinson's disease, and finished his last show before he decided to shuffle off this mortal coil. If that's not rock, I don't know what is. Also, to the family of Malcolm Jamal Warner, Theo from the Huxtables, and Malcolm from Malcolm and Eddie. I can keep going on. The man's television credits are really too long to list. At the same time, the impact that he's had on the culture, things of that nature. Also, I believe he won a Grammy for music. I think for an R&B thing he done, if memory serves me right. But at the same time, guys, do want to give credit again, condolences to his family. I'm going to say the condolences of Hulk Hogan's family. I know they lost somebody. Again, they lost a father, husband to somebody. I'm gonna leave it at that because, again, I'm trying to keep it light and positive. Not gonna say what I really feel about Hulk Hogan, but I'm just gonna say condolences out to his family. But again, death has
you forgot one.
Say what?
You forgot one.
Oh, help me out here.
Chuck Mangione.
Yes, no, that's not how we pronounce it. It's Megalomart Explosion Survivor, Chuck Mangione.
Well, it's also Chick Mangione, according to his anger management certificate.
Yep.
This is true.
I was gonna thank you for reminding me because I was like, I just want to make sure I didn't leave nobody out because definitely four. But again,
now, I did provide Will with something for Ozzy. We can play the clip.
What'd you provide?
The private chat.
Oh Lord.
That dude, right. he lived a real rock star life. My like most people my age, my experience with him was, I didn't think it was the Osbournes. I think it was all his Austin Power cameos.
That too. His Austin Power cameos his Austin Powers was actually interesting. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about which? Okay, sorry.
It's the appropriate thing for Ozzy. I mean, he's just returning to this.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at, but also because you just reminded me of something. Because for all those that don't remember, I'm trying to speed it up. Give me a second. So Anyway, for all those that don't remember Brutal Legend,
oh yeah, I forgot that was like the super rock and roll of all time game.
Yeah. So thank you, Joe, for reminding me. So let me pull this up. So for anybody that doesn't remember this part,
let's play the whole thing.
Back when Jack Black was just in the beginning of his I'll do everything.
Well, it's about fucking time. Not bad. Looks like you figured out the instructions okay. You've got some demon flesh on your bumper, but that's the way the world is today, I'm afraid. Who? Oh, me. Oh, I'm nobody. I'm just a guardian of metal.
Oh, wow, great. So, you want to help me fight demons and stuff?
Nah, I'm not a fighter. I'm more of, what should we say, a keeper of timeless secrets, that's all. Prove yourself worthy. Maybe I'll share some with you. For instance, did you know that this world was once ruled by an ancient race of titans? No, they were something. They took every part of that old fire beast. They took his blood, his fire, his steel flesh. They even took his scream, and they made that car there, and a million other things, including music. Fucking beautiful music, man. And when they rose to the heavens and became gods, they left instructions behind. How to make cars, music, the whole deal. Do you think anybody noticed? Nah. Bunch of wankers. No one figured out any of it. Until you, whoever you are. So you must be somewhat worthy of the gods' favor, I suppose. So listen, if you do something that pleases the gods, they might reward you with a fire tribute. When they've paid you enough tributes, come see me. I'll share some more secrets of metal with you. Like how to turn that little beast you got over there into a real monster, among other things. Got it?
So that game was very much good for its time, but then it's like I didn't hear a lot of people talk about it. Like very much.
They advertised it as a hack/slash adventure, and then we learned it was an RTS strategy game.
Yeah, but it was a fun RTS strategy game, though. I mean, it really was.
Get ready for a hell yeah, rated M for mature, or whatever the hell the commercials say.
Yeah. Oh no, I still tell people I spell my name with an E at the end of it, so they know I mean business.
But I will say this, and thank you, Joe, for reminding me. So Brutal Legend, I think, on the Epic Store is free. Ironically enough, for 666 minutes. I am not making that joke. I am not making that up. You can actually go to the Epic Store right now and play Brutal Legend for that time limit, obviously as a tribute to Ozzy. So again, if you never played Brutal Legend, it's fun. I liked it. I actually liked it. Oh God, how long has that game been? 16, 17 years ago?
Don't age us more than we need to be.
Yeah, 16, 17 years ago, I think is when that game came out, if memory serves me right. But again, fun to play. Highly recommend it. But yeah, again, we want to get our peace and condolences out to the families of those fallen heroes. Joe, I know you saw Fantastic Four. We were just talking about those at San Diego Comic-Con. Some of them have got a chance to see it. You got the chance to see it. So really quick and spoiler-free, sir, what was your impressions on it?
Okay, I'm not going to use the cliche fantastic, but it was really, really good. Everybody was amazing in that movie. I keep wanting to say fantastic. I don't want to fall into that trap. Mm-hmm. Ralph Ineson is amazing as Galactus. Pedro Pascal is wonderful as Reed, but he is like the most attentive Reed I've ever seen.
Like, Pierre agrees with you.
Yes, like this is a Reed Richards that actually listens to everybody and is not stuck in his lab 99% of his time. Mm-hmm. Like he actually gives a shit about the people around him and the world around him rather than just science 100% of the time, which is very refreshing.
Okay.
Ben and Johnny are the best version of Ben and Johnny I've ever seen because those two are exactly like they are in the comics where they just F with each other every single time throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
And they are just two big goofy uncles, and I love it. Like I said, really fantastic film, really good, very fun, very retro. You don't need to know anything about them. They handle that all up front in like 10 minutes.
Nice.
And then you just go. This has nothing to do with any of the other Marvel movies. You don't need to see anything else.
Okay.
Prior to this is its own story. It will lead into other stuff, but you do not have to have any prior experience with anything else, which is, again, refreshing.
Nice. Well, that's okay. Well, that's good. No.
Two credit scenes, too.
Okay.
A big credit that is important and a after credit, which is just a very touching animated tribute to Jack Kirby and Stan Lee.
Okay, because I was just about to ask what was the cut? What was the?
They even go so far to remind you in this that the thing is Jewish.
Okay. I mean, at this point, it's a Marvel movie, so you really shouldn't be leaving post-credit scene anyway. I'm just saying, but good to know. Outside of that, like we've been trying to cover news from San Diego Comic-Con. As usual, on Fridays, it just decides that it wants to start spilling stuff out. So we do know this a little bit, and again, thanks to Joe for being ever so watchful on this. We do know that there will be a new Nova Centurion. Looks like it's going to be by Jed McKay and Alvaro Lopez, with cover by Alessandro
Cappuccio.
Thank you. And it looks like that's coming out in November of 2025. Also, we're getting a new announcement about the Marvel Cosmos is no more. Planet She-Hulk will be issued in November 2025, along with Nova Centurion. Black Panther Intergalactic will be December 2025. Exiles and Imperial Gardens in winter of 2026. Again, with the trademark "Long Live the Union." So, I'm not against it. I mean, Nova needs to kind of appear in the MCU already. But they are getting getting a new line is actually pretty good. I want to see what they do with Planet She-Hulk. I'm thinking this is going to follow what's happening in Imperials. At least that's just a guess. Black Panther Intergalactic, can't knock it. Not sure where Exiles is going to go. And Imperial Guardians, I think, is again going to follow the fallout from Imperial. But
yeah, that sounds like it's going to be the Shi'ar people.
Yeah. But fellas, how are we feeling about that? I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new lines being announced for release this fall. Good, bad, or what?
I'm curious to see what all this is and what it leads into, or if it ties together at all.
Yeah.
Especially because I think the Ultimates are having their Endgame run right now. So, which I'm surprised it feels like we just got that whole line of comics. I'm shocked it's ending so soon.
Yeah. Although that Imperial is interesting. So I'm, the way they're going with that one makes me think, okay, it's going to lead up to these next, well, at least two. Well, I'm thinking it might lead out of Nova too. Now I'm thinking about it, because Nova is currently in the Imperials run. So I think between Planet She-Hulk, Nova, and Imperial Guardians, it's going to be interesting. But then again, Black Panther Intergalactic could be the fallout from Imperials. Not sure what Exiles is going to be, but we'll probably get more information on that as it comes along. But still, good to know.
I have my thoughts.
Oh, go for it.
Well, everything more than likely is going to appear in Imperial is going to come out of Imperials. For Exiles, we don't really have a space X-Men team at the moment, so they may be hijacking the name Exiles, like they're exiled from Earth, or these are the exiles from Mars that are now a spacefaring mutant race. It could be that the Exiles team is brought back via means, and now they're part of the space team. I just know we don't really have an intergalactic X-Men team at the moment. The X-Men are very space-focused, because this does run up along with... because we know Charles and Lilandra are on their way to go save their daughter.
Right.
So there's that. Nova, That just if nobody gets his own book, that just means someone's blowing up Xandar again.
Still, it's going to be interesting either way. But also with that, because again, like we said, when news from San Diego Comic-Con comes out, we're going to try to do our best to report it during this live broadcast. Rick and Morty are getting a spinoff called President Curtis, which is going to be a go with the voice acting of Keith David being the president of the flagship show. Just got announced at Comic-Con. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised. Number one, Rick and Morty is still going. At the same time, how do we feel about a spinoff show with Keith David's character having his own line?
I mean, I think Keith will do fine. I think he's hilarious as a president in that show. They made it very clear, even when Justin got in his little issue, they don't care about the outcome. Rick and Morty makes too much money to throw it away, so they will keep Rick and Morty even without Rick and Morty. And I think this is their attempt to spin off the show, so maybe they don't have to bog you down the head with Rick and Morty 2 Electric Boogaloo along while the main show is still going. Because like the anime that they made, which looked like early animation when they just didn't know what IPs they were buying out of a box in the early 90s. I saw no good reception to it. But I think this gives them a chance for a more focused side story, but that way they can at least use the IP without beating you over the head with here's an extra season of this show since we've got nothing else around it. I'm also just happy for Keith David. He's getting his star on the Walk of Fame.
Yes.
He is performing. He just posted an Instagram announcement about all this. Keith is very much happy and healthy and in his jolly old unk era. Good for him.
Don't blame him. Joe, any thoughts on this?
I mean, I'm not really a big Rick and Morty person. I fell off this pretty fast, but I will always celebrate Keith David. I loved him when he appeared in Community in the final season. Just making sure, because my memory's shot. He is also the voice of Goliath, correct?
Yes. Gargoyles.
Okay, I just want to be sure before I said anything.
Yeah, they brought him back for the DuckTales finale just to do a
I do remember that.
Yeah. Gargoyles.
I live again. So yeah, I don't really have too much of a say in this one, but I am super happy he's going to continue getting work, and that he is definitely getting his flowers that he much greatly deserves.
Cool. Okay. Also from San Diego Comic-Con, we did actually get an announcement from the co-creators of Avatar 7 Havens and how the artwork looks. So bear with me. It's Facebook. It may or may not agree with me.
To debut this press art, you get to meet our new Avatar puppy. She's got an awesome new animal. Yeah, it's a cat monkey named Geet. You can get a glimpse into the Avatar world and see definitely very different. More fantasy, otherworldly kind of scenario. We're pulling in some influences from like Mobius, 90s anime series. Yeah, we can't wait to share it with everybody. For now, enjoy this lovely artwork. We're really excited to debut this press art. You get to meet our new Avatar puppy. She's got an awesome new animal. Yeah, it's a cat monkey named Geet. You can get a glimpse into the Avatar world and see definitely very different. More fantasy, otherworldly kind of scenario. We're pulling in some influences from like Mobius, 90s anime series. Yeah, we can't wait to share it with everybody. For now, enjoy this lovely artwork.
Okay.
It looks decent. I feel weird with all the campaigning of like, hey, Korra wasn't that bad. Leave her alone. And then it's like, by the way, the world went to complete hell after her run as the Avatar. I'm like, well, you're not helping her case at all.
Right. So it's interesting. So I want to see where they go with this. Like I said, I need to kind of remind myself on what happened at the end of Avatar. And of course, with The Legend of Korra, I've got to go back and remind myself on how those two stories wrapped up. But artwork is beautiful. I will say that much. Interesting looking characters. I don't really know too much about the Seven Havens, unless you guys got some background on it, but I'm inclined to give it a watch.
That's basically it. Our girl finds out she's the Avatar, has a peg leg, potentially has a twin sibling, And then apparently Korra left the world in shambles, and the Avatar is like a hated title now. So she is literally starting with like a leg behind in the race. So
I mean, technically, if we, depending on how old Korra died, this is technically 1990. Because
so we were in that like steam early engine
we're
era.
in like that 1920s, 1930s era. And given the lifespan, we should be technically in the 1990s when this happens. Just like in a weird year thing, because I think Aang's time frame was like the late 1800s in Asia.
Yeah.
Just about.
And we know he lived to be about 80 or 180 or something.
Something in that area.
I want to say Aang died not very old. I want to say he maybe made it to his 40s and 50s because
55, I think.
Yeah, because he still had brown hair, and technically his organs and whatnot were 100 plus his age in the current show. So by the time he reached a normal middle age, he was technically already like pushing it. At least
that's kind of Sokka lived to be like 90 or something.
Yeah, Sokka, Sokka died. Everyone died of old age. Apparently, Aang, I think, died first of them, and I think it was Katara. I don't think only the girls were Katara and Toph, like the only ones left.
No,
Sokka
Zuko's alive.
All right, yeah, we did get a Zuko cameo.
No, Katara's alive too. We see her in the Water Village.
No, I'm saying I thought only the girls, like out of the whole Team Avatar clique, were the only ones left. Because I forgot we did get a Zuko cameo in like season 3.
Yes.
But Toph is alive, and she was the youngest of the bunch. Katara's alive. Sokka had been gone for a while. Aang had been gone a long time, apparently. And Sokka was potentially a Rolling Stone, so maybe we'll see more of his descendants in this series.
Yeah, I definitely got to go back and watch. I was like, I have missed so much. But yeah, so as more news comes about the Seven Havens, we will definitely talk about that. Also, although this is not San Diego Comic-Con related, but because Evo didn't want to feel left out, we covered this game, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, because number one, it looks freaking awesome. At the same time that it was going to be a 4-on-4 game. Well, we do know that if you are going to be in the Las Vegas area, especially for Evo 2025, your Lucky Ducks will be the first ones to get to play it. The build will actually be there. You can actually play between Captain America and Iron Man, Storm, Star-Lord, Miss Marvel, and Doctor Doom. So if you are going to be at Evo, which is from August 1st to the 3rd of this year, so next month, actually next week, honestly, your Lucky Ducks will be able to get to play the build firsthand. I wish I was going to Evo, not just because of this, but anyway, Evo is a fighting tournament I always wanted to go try my hand at. But fellas, what are we thinking? That is this smart for Arc Systems to go to one of the larger video game tournaments and, kind of have a beta build out there to gauge and see how that game would work? Or is it that they're just trying to get more hype behind this? Or is it A and B?
I think both. I think Evo is the perfect place, especially because everybody trusts Arc Systems with just the work they've done on previous games. Mm-hmm. So, one of your best developers going to one of the biggest tournaments, at least people get if not a competition, they get a hands-on approach with the game, build hype for it, because your biggest people in the fight, FGC, are going to be there. So if they co-sign it, then you're pretty much good.
Great. Yeah. Joe, what about you?
It's definitely B, and I wouldn't be surprised if we got 4 more character announcements at Evo.
I can see that. I'm just jealous. I won't be jealous that I can't be there to sit there and actually enjoy it along with everybody else. But that's okay. So we do got a couple of trailers outside San Diego Comic-Con. This one is basically 2XKO. We talked about this game last year, I think, because it was a concept, and we kept wondering because we didn't see it. We didn't see it at Summer of Games. We didn't see it at Summer's Games Fest. I think the last time we saw it was the Video Game Awards back in December of last year. So now they are announcing another character that'll be part of this 2XKO, but we're also thankfully getting the announcement of a beta. if you haven't seen the trailer, here's the trailer for the reveal of one of their newest fighting characters.
Let's go. What do you got? I'm not done with you. Hell yeah. Hit the brakes! Keep them guessing! That'll hurt! Crack! Chin check! Yeah. I'd hate to fight me too.
And that was the reveal of the latest character. Again, with 2KO, 2XKO. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, guys, is because of this right here. We are getting a closed beta for this game finally on September 9th for Xbox. I'm sorry, for PlayStation 5, Xbox, X and X, and PC. I've been saying this. Joe, I don't know if you remember or not, because I know we covered this game. First and foremost, it looks like it's going to be great. We kind of been wanting to know what they're going to do with it, and now that we're finally getting a beta, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm in for playing it, but what about you, and what's the also you, Tafara?
So is this all, how many properties are under Riot, or is this all just Arcane characters?
Mostly
all League of Legends characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it does look cool, though. I'm just, like I said, if it's done properly, it could be an additional fighting game. And I've always said there's not enough fighting games out there, at least not to me. But again, come September 9th, I am definitely going to give it a shot. Joe, are you on board with that, or is it going to be a wait until longer?
I just want to see what other characters they have, but more than likely I'm in.
Cool. All right. Beyond that, I got to give Joe credit for this one because I did not think that Garfield could be in anything, but apparently he has a game coming out called Garfield Kart 2 All You Can Drift. And I'm going to play the trailer just because it's interesting. It just reminds me of Mario Kart a little bit.
Peggy 3.
All right, and that was the trailer for Garfield Kart 2 All You Can Drift. All you guys, you can see, comes out September 10th for the PS5 and for Nintendo Switch, also for Xbox Series X and X, and also for Steam. I'm gonna be honest, it's cute. It is cute. I was telling Joe about this in our group chat. Is it bad that almost everything looks like I'm comparing it to Mario Kart? And don't get me wrong, Mario Kart is a great driving. It's a great driving game. Great for multiplayers. We'll test friendships, relationships, and situationships. But I got to ask you guys, after seeing Garfield Kart 2, would you give it a shot, or do you think that it's just, basically Mario Kart with Garfield?
I mean, I'm sure it's got its own audience and whatnot. I'm surprised they didn't just try to.
Hey, Lady.
Hey, Lady. I don't know where Garfield belongs to exactly. I'm surprised they didn't just try to make him a cameo in some other racing game.
Mm-hmm.
I also forgot there was a Garfield Kart 1, so this is very much for the E10 and under crowd, or diehard Garfield and Heathcliff fans, I guess.
Which I can see that too. But go ahead, Joe.
I mean, the last time I played a Garfield video game, it was on the Sega Genesis where he got stuck in the television.
Right, I forgot all about that one.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It was a platformer.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just the last time I played it, so not saying anything bad about it. The Garfield cartoon did answer one of the most important questions in Garfield lore, the new Garfield cartoon, which is where the heck Lyman went after he moved out of John's apartment, mysteriously vanishing one day, leaving Odie to John because Odie is not officially John's dog.
Right.
So, other than that, I mean, all battle kart racers are going to mimic Mario Kart. There's just, even Sonic does it. So,
yeah.
The comparison is apt, but that's only because we really don't have anything else to compare it to.
And also, I'm not knocking it. I do see the appeal for, like we said, if you are a Garfield fan or a Heathcliff fan or just a fan of the cartoon in general, I can see people wanting to play that. So I'm not knocking. I'm just saying that, if you see one platform, it's kind of hard you have to kind of differentiate yourself and really look at it versus, looking at everything with different skin. Not knocking the game. I'm just saying that's what my comparison is. But still, you should, if you are up for it, you definitely should definitely give that a shot. But speaking of things that are getting a shot, Predator Badlands came out with a new trailer. Every time they come out with a new trailer, guys, I am more and more wanting to see this movie. Because Joe has heard me say this plenty of times when it comes to Predator. Give me a different story. I don't want the whole same story of Predator going on a hunting trip, hunting so-called protagonists. Give me a different story. And Predator Badlands seems to be doing just that. And here's the latest trailer for it.
So this is your first hunt. And you've come to the most dangerous planet in the universe. You're after a creature that can't be killed. The definitive apex predator. I could help you. Well, good luck with your journey. Here, you're not the predator. You're the prey. We might not be alone in this hunt.
All I can sit there and say is this is why I am so invested in this movie. Of course, that was the latest trailer for Predator Badlands. As you can see, will be in theaters November 7th. It's going to be rated R at this moment. I don't even know why they say this film is not yet rated. It's going to be R. But, fellas, what are we thinking? Because I'm sold.
I'm here for it. I'm curious to see, because the theory I'm hearing is that whatever he's hunting is whatever the Wayland group is on that planet for, or something got loose.
Right.
And that could potentially tie into alien Earth with these new species that we're supposed to be getting. So, but I am curious to see if we get any direct tie-ins with Killer of Killers, or if I don't know what lore we get about the Predator, the deal with the half ripped apart android, or if she is part of the team that was extracting the thing that escaped. Yeah, I'm very curious to see how this plays out overall and what it potentially ties in or leads to.
Also, the Predator with the locks. What is that? I can only assume either that is a high level, either that's a high level hunter or his last test. One of the two.
I feel like that is from a rival group potentially. Because we see, for most of the Predators, we know it's just been like a test of skill. Either you win or you lose, and they're usually respectful of the victor. Whereas I think Killer of Killers, is a whole different tribe of them, because someone's going back behind and snatching up all the people that have managed to kill a Predator, and that seems to go against what we've been taught so far. And we've learned that there are warring tribes on that planet. Mm-hmm. So if this is a clash between the two, I could see that being I don't know if that's the guy from Killer of Killers, but somebody of a upper rank probably coming to bear down on our main character's village, it seems like.
Yeah. I can see that too. Like I said, I like the fact that there is so much unknown. That's what makes me want to watch this. There is so much unknown to this story outside of what is this unkillable creature that they cannot take out. And of course, like you said, with the Wayland group being there and the android, that's a whole nother thing. But I'm definitely intrigued. But Joe, what about you?
I mean, I'm down. I'm wondering if that's the hunt master punishing him from the initial hunt, or tracking him down because he is technically cheating since he's being assisted by the android.
Possible. Although I would think that would be the lead, I guess, or the superior. And you might be right, because the fact he is teaming up with an android, maybe that's the penalty. the penalty is you lose something. I can see that, but like I said, there is so much that we don't know. And I know, Lady, you said you can't wait to see this movie. I am with you on that. But speaking of other things that can't wait to see, Alien Earth on FX. We got another trailer for that. And again, I love what they're doing with these stories, because this makes me want to watch. If you haven't seen it, here's the trailer.
If I'm not human, what am I?
Did you even think about it? Was it blue skies for me? Did you think the world from your side?
This ship collected specimens. 5 new life forms from distant planets. Monsters.
We don't lock them down, it will be too late.
Well, is there anything else that we can say about this series? I got nothing. I got nothing outside. I want to see it.
Where does this take place? This is modern day like world, or where does this take place in our timeline of? Because that's the thing. I'm like, is this like Alien regular our Earth, or is this the futuristic Wayland?
I think Joe, we covered this timeline before, didn't we? Say this was post
Alien Romulus, I think.
Yes. Yeah. So this is we covered. We were trying to see. I think this is post Romulus.
Is this are we on a realist or futuristic Earth, or are we just on a? Because that's the thing I'm looking at. I'm like, I see a lot of forest and trees, but I'm curious, like, what is rural life like, or are we just regular old American cities? I have yet to. I think that's what's throwing me off, curiosity wise.
What are you gonna say, Joe?
I couldn't tell you on that part.
I was gonna lean more to futuristic, but I don't know.
Last time we did this, we had AVP 2, and they just went and took over some tiny little town. And I'm like, are we about to get that 2.0, or are we going to see like some futuristic concrete jungle lockdown action?
Yeah. So I'm curious. You know what? The more I think about that, the more I don't know.
And then are we gonna contain these things? Or are we just gonna be these? Like, are the aliens going to become an infection that just breed like into everything?
Probably the second, because you saw the animals, you saw people, and I'm like, there's going to be a lot of crossbreeding.
What I'm like. Are we gonna is Earth doomed after this? Is AVP coming for an ethnic cleansing at the end of the series?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised by the Predator crossover. I really wouldn't, but. Either way, we'll definitely know come August. So we're not too far off from the first episode of Alien Earth on FX by Hulu. Or if you decide to go to the Grand Line and watch it, it's up to you. We're not judging. But again, it looks like it's going to be fun. Joe, anything you want to add to that?
No, I'm looking forward to it. I want to see what other species there are that will eventually be used as face huggers for multiple variants of aliens.
Nice. Okay. Well, it looks like it's going to be interesting either way. But a quick bit of news before we get into the other trailers. Who knew bullying works? Xbox announced an $80 game, which we said a couple of podcasts ago, with Nintendo announcing their $80 game and $100 games. And we discussed the fact that although games historically have always costed between $30 to $60, times have changed because of inflation, things of that nature. Although a lot more games have gone digital, which makes me wonder that it's not always about the distribution. But that being said, the Outer Worlds 2, which is again a game that is highly being waited on, will be sold at $80 once it launches on October 29th. Now, however you feel about that, I personally think it sucks. We're just inching closer and closer to $100, and really out of the price range out of a lot of people, because let's be honest, money is tight for anybody these days. However, another reason why I freaking love, if you haven't seen this, where it literally sat there and said, "Dear Galactic citizens, we have received your SOS via skip drone about the pricing. As an organization devoted to making sure that corporations do not go unfettered, we at the Earth Victoriate had worked with Redacted to revise the price of the Outer Worlds to $69.99. Who knew bullying works? Because again, I'm not saying, and I'm trying to be nice about this. I really am. I know that developers, programmers, coders, everybody that works in these video games needs to be paid. They don't get paid enough for the hours they put in, the deadlines, sometimes impossible have to be met. I understand. You have to pay these people. That being said, is it wrong? And again, I know I made this point multiple times on this podcast. The higher the price these games go up, the more completed games we should be receiving. I don't think like I said, I don't think as a gamer it's fair to ask a gamer to pay $70 for a game that's incomplete. I just don't.
I mean, money shouldn't even be the trade-off. We're supposed to get a completed game up front, and now that they've had us lower the bar so much, we're just like, we're paying more, so we should get a complete game. Forgetting the complete game was supposed to be the baseline. Mm-hmm. So that's where we have been. I'm glad they backtracked and decided to drop the price, because I mean, you can charge what you want for these games, but then you can't get mad at the reviews or lack of. Nobody can play them.
All right, it's almost to the point to where if it gets review bombed, you can't really be mad about it because, again, who's gonna? Almost the reason why some services like GameFly still exists because of this. Because GameFly's whole motto was, "Why pay full price for a bad game?" And the funny part is, as they said, "Why pay full price for a full game?" Gaming companies never got insulted by that. It's like, how dare you, GameFly? It was almost, correct me if I'm wrong, when GameFly came with that slogan, did any video game company or studio out there get offended and voice their opinion? Because I never heard it.
I don't think so.
Because that's why I'm just making sure, because GameFly threw that out there and it was just silence. Like, you guys don't feel offended that a video game renting service just said you guys put out bad games, but yet you want full price? Which I thought was crazy, but at the same time, it makes a point to where, again, I'm not saying bullying is a great thing, but let's be honest, if we never bullied Paramount, we would never got 3 Sonic movies.
Oh, you're forgetting the other time we bullied video games.
Multiple, but which one are you thinking of?
Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, we bullied the crap out of Mass Effect 3.
Which one? What was the thing for Mass Effect?
The ending.
The original ending didn't tell us anything about any of the characters we spent 3 games with, took away all choices of those characters.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't care if it kills off Shepard or not. That was never my issue. My issue is it made any choices we made in the 3rd game and spending time investing in our characters utterly irrelevant.
Yeah.
And then what happened? They gave you guys an alternate ending, or
they revamped the whole ending. They actually not just the ending. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, they had to revamp the whole 3rd act of the game.
I know they had to re-act the final moments of the game because they added an additional scene that gave you choices on what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could do synthesis, which is technically the true end, is not the true ending. Although that is the ending everybody prefers.
I prefer blowing them up, but that was me.
The green ending was synthesis. The blue ending was take over the Reapers, and red, which is the canonical ending, because Shepard lives in that one, I believe.
Yeah, he does live.
Destroy all Reapers and all Reaper technology, including the Mass Effect gates.
But you also took out synthetics and other groups that actually had biotech, which was kind of a messed up trade off if you think about it. It's like I could take out the Reapers,
it kills Legion. So very rarely did anybody ever choose red.
I did because I couldn't stand that freaking kid at the end. Well, I'm sorry, the consciousness of the Reapers, I should say. But
no. The true ending. Remember, it was the grandson asking the grandpa to tell him more about the Shepherd.
Yeah.
The
Shepherd.
And then they came out with the tongue-in-cheek DLC that lets you get your own apartment. So I'm like, all right, guys, turn off all the lights before we leave. Make sure the TV's off. Someone clean the couch. We got to go fight for our lives real quick.
But we took a nice break, which I thought was interesting. Oh, that's still funny. But
my favorite line for that entire DLC: "You're not supposed to shoot at us while we're on a ladder."
Yeah, we took full advantage of that. But either way, shout out to those people at the Outer Limits actually listening. But speaking of things they're listening, Battlefield 6 was announced at San Diego Comic-Con, and I'm going to be honest, Battlefield has this history of great trailers and crappy gameplay. If anybody doesn't remember Battlefield 2042, well, be glad you missed out. But here we go again. Here's the trailer for Battlefield 6.
My fellow citizens, my fellow, we will prevail.
We're ready, Mr. President.
My fellow citizens, today represents a dark day in our history. With this monstrous, unprovoked attack, no country is safe from their reach. For all those serving on our behalf, prayers go with you. For the Pax Armada mercenaries who are watching now, I have a message. It's over.
Let's get to work.
I'm your masters of war. Hear the bells of big guns. You hide behind walls. 30 seconds. They turn and run farther when the fast bullets cry.
Move fast. Move decisive. Dagger on my 6.
Send it.
And I will bet you die. Your death will come soon. I'll follow your casket. I'll pay afternoon. I'll watch while you sit down. And I'll stand over your grave till I'm sure that you're dead.
Ready the target for the F-61.
I'll watch while you and I stand over your grave till I'm sure that you're dead.
All right, so that was the trailer for Battlefield 6. Here's the thing. Battlefield has never had a bad trailer. Even Battlefield 2042 got a lot of people hyped. Got a lot of pre-orders done. The problem is, and Tafara, I can tell you this as well, Battlefield 2042 was, especially multiplayer, was kind of crappy.
Yeah, that was a rough launch, honestly, and I'm glad they fixed it in post because what that game could have just been Battlefield Hub, especially when they add the way they let you customize like your multiplayer maps and your strategies, and like people were having fun in like the demo and early beta stages, and then it just released terribly.
Yeah,
and then they went ahead and they swapped back to classes, which thank God because that was better, and then it kind of just floated. I feel like there was a lot they could have done, but this I think will put the nail in the coffin because we're going back to just regular modern day war Battlefield, which I'm not against.
right.
Because I still feel like Battlefield 4 was fine and Battlefield 1 was fine. You could have just built onto those two games up until 2042. Hardline was its own thing. It was okay for the story. I'm glad they're leading with the story instead of just jumping into here's our multiplayer and our battle pass because that's getting old. So at least they have faith in the story itself, it feels like.
But that's the thing. The campaign has always been good. I think every Battlefield I've played, I'm gonna be honest, I stuck with the campaign. I liked the campaign. I thought the campaign was great. I'm not saying they're trying to match Call of Duty because again, shout out to Call of Duty, the Modern Warfare, the revamped Modern Warfare 1 through 3 campaign story was great. I love Black Ops 6 story, again, great. Cold War story, again, great. But I've always been a fan of campaigns. I do love playing multiplayer, but I do think that sometimes too much emphasis is put on multiplayer. And I think that's what's killing Battlefield, because Battlefield looked at Call of Duty and said, you want tanks? You want planes? You want to be able to snipe somebody off the back of an F-16 or be able to bazooka somebody while parachuting and yet catch yourself at the same time? Cool. The problem is it's doing too much. So that's the reason I think why Battlefield 2042 didn't last. And I'm going to be honest about Battlefield 6 because Tafara, you're right. It looks like Battlefield 3. It doesn't scream. I guess I just have to wait to see more of it because if there is a campaign, I'll gladly play it. But if it's a multiplayer, I'm sorry. I think Call of Duty's. I think COD's kind of got that problem nicked. But again, that's just me. Joe, any thoughts on Battlefield 6? I know you're not a fan of first-person shooters, right?
No thoughts. Need sleep.
Well, before you go to sleep, sir, I'm going to need your opinion on a few things. Specifically, because you are our mech warrior person. We meant to cover this, but of course, Joe been a busy man these last couple of weeks. But I definitely wanted to get his opinion on this because Mech Warrior seems to be the DLC of the gift that keeps on giving. Sir, what can you tell us about the latest DLC, Shadow of Kerensky?
Shadow Kerensky. The year is 3050. We started going. We can only say Dickety though, as the Kaiser took it, as was the time.
Mm-hmm.
We had onions in our belt too. It was fashionable at that point. No, the year is 3050. The clans invade, so everything we were doing in Mech Warrior clans, we're now on the opposite end of that in this game.
Okay.
Meaning we are horribly outgunned, out-teched, and outranged by every single thing clans do, and we are in a very bitter battle of attrition coming soon in this DLC. But we also learn that potentially we are part of the clan through our father, because our dad might have been a Trueborn sleeper agent along with all of the Wolves Dragoons mercenary group.
Okay.
So there's a chance that we are part of the clan, but clans do not take kindly to freeborns as opposed to trueborns. So get ready to hear a lot of that word and a lot of different mechs, and I will be playing this. Like, this is a big DLC for me because, God, I love the clan invasion era. It's so much fun because you really have to test how good you are at a mech because the clans hit harder, faster, and longer.
Sounds like a movie. Outside of wish listing, do we know when it's going to be released? I know it says wish list now, but any idea when the DLC will be released?
They just say coming soon at the moment, so maybe like in the autumn or winter is my guess. We did have a movie like that. It was called Universal Soldier.
You beat me by half a second.
And then the other half of that movie is RoboJocks.
I was going to go with Real Steel, but it teaches on.
No, RoboJocks is actually a legitimate thing.
Yeah, they actually did try to. Oh dear God, let's not give people ideas. We already want Gundams. We already want Gundams and Jaegers. Let's not give people ideas.
Speaking of Gundams, I'll cue that music video for the 30th anniversary of Gundam Wing.
How do I feel about that? Because it's nothing new. It's just relaunched. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Hiro Yui's in a hoodie before he detonates the Gundam again.
By
the way, he detonated the Gundam.
Spoiler: he detonated the Gundam. I just look when they were doing the 30th anniversary. I'm like, okay, cool. I understand for those that have never seen Gundam Wing, you really should. Again, one of the more influential Gundam animes that, for a lot of people, didn't get introduced to that until Toonami, because Toonami was let me get that right. Yeah, Toonami was one of the first ones to actually show Gundam Wing. Although I
want to say Gundam Wing was the first Gundam on Toonami.
Yeah, it was.
It had to be.
Because they didn't. It had to be because they didn't show. Seed wasn't shown till 5 years later, and then I think the 8th MS team didn't get shown till like another couple years after that, and then.
I know it went Wing G original, and then Adult Swim got 08 MS Team and Stardust Memories and Warner Pop.
Yeah. So don't get me wrong. I do love Gundam Wing for what it is. It is still, like I said, between that, G Gundam, and like 3 other ones I love. I get it. That's my anime top tier. But again, it's 30 years. I've made sure I still got my Blu-rays because I'm never losing those things. Because protect physical media at all costs. But I'm just saying. But Kamen Rider. So again, Kamen Rider Zeets. Joe, you want to get some background on this, or should we just go ahead and play the teaser trailer and then go into it?
Go and play the teaser trailer because it's very hard to talk about it because there's not a lot of information out right now. But this is going to start up in September. This is a anniversary series. This is the 40th Rider.
Okay, cool. And I think this was the one that was going to be based. Not based. This is going to be U.S. treated, or am I saying that right?
Yes, this is going to be a worldwide streamed Kamen Rider because I think Toei is looking at how well known Ultraman's getting in the U.S.
Right.
And they're going, we want that money.
Cool. All right. So for those that haven't seen it, here's the trailer.
Tradition, history, pride, struggle, reflection, courage. Beyond that, there is innovation. Don't lose your dream. Mezamero.
Okay, so that itself was the teaser trailer for Kamen Rider Zeets, and I think we actually have some more information on that, so bear with me 1 second.
I got it.
Oh, go for it.
We have been announced who the main character is. By the way, Mezamero means to wake up, which is kind of hilarious because that's another Kamen Rider's tagline.
Mm-hmm.
Kamen Rider Kiba, who is the vampire Kamen Rider. So our main character is called Baku Yozoru.
Mm-hmm.
Baku can also be translated into ghost because we have, if you remember your Digimon, we have Bakuman.
True, I remember that.
Because this is Kamen Rider Inception, we're going to be fighting in dreams.
Mm-hmm.
He was played by, oh my god, Imai Ryutaro, or Ryutaro Imai. He auditioned for Kamen Rider series at least twice, and on his first time in Vets, he got it. He was born in 2005. I feel old. He is on record saying his favorite Kamen Rider as a child was Kamen Rider Double.
Okay.
What has he done? This is his first role in film and whatnot. He will be appearing in the upcoming Kamen Rider Gav Invader of the House of Snacks. And then production, we have a myriad of producers.
Uh-huh.
Trying to pull everybody up. Takahiro Okawa, Kisuke Shibataka, Toshinari Yanaka, who, if I can pull that up real quick, because he does have a link.
Uh-huh.
Waiting for it to load. He previously worked as assistant producer on Kamen Rider XA, Build, and Outsiders, which is a web production one. He is chief producer of Kamen Rider Zets.
Okay.
Next is Yosuke Minato, who, as soon as it loads, I'll be able to tell you more. He was an assistant producer on Kamen Rider 01, Kamen Rider Saber, and Kamen Rider Zets. He was chief producer on Kamen Rider Gotchard.
Nice.
We got Sota Takasaki as the producer. Pilot director is Kazuya Kamahorayuchi, who has been directing many entries in the Kamen Rider series. He directed 4 episodes in XA, 9 episodes in Build, 2 episodes in ZO, 3 episodes in 01, 6 episodes in Saber, 10 episodes in Revice, 2 in Geats, 4 in Gav. Worked on the Heisei Generation's final movie, Kamen Rider Be the One, Kamen Rider Ghost Rebirth, Kamen Rider Spectre, Kamen Rider Saber Trio of Deep Sin, which is a fantastic movie. He also worked on a Blu-ray miniseries, The Legend of Hero Elan. Worked on the miniseries Ghost Proceeding Special. Oh, he's part of the Hyper Battle video people. Kamen Rider XA Virtual Tricks Virtual Operation and Kamen Sentai Go Rider. It's all for him. And then the other guy that we got a link for is music.
Uh-huh.
Let's go Sakabe. He worked on Q Ranger, Tokuger, Ghost 01, King Odra, Gav, and Zets. And then he's the main composer. And then we got Hiroshi Takaki. He has worked on... Wow, he's worked on old stuff. Old in the general term. Aba Ranger, Shin Kenjer, Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger. He's also worked on the Pretty Cure series, which is kind of like not quite Sailor Moon, but like an annual Sailor Moon style series that reboots every year.
Okay.
He also served as main series composer for Gotchard and co-composer for Zetz. And that is everything we have for production right now on the show. It's looking to be the thing. I'm already looking to buy 2 of the toys. The driver, because this year is a sash as opposed to a belt. And it actually is envisioned for more adults. And also the main weapon, because it turns into a gun, a sword, axe, and a scythe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, that does sound pretty cool, though. I was going to ask, since we're on the area, since you're on the subject of Ultraman, how's that new series been going so far?
I mean, very minimal cast so far. We are very much operating with a smaller team. They're doing a good job of saving their special effects budget for certain parts. We also have no defense force this time around, so it is literally just Ultraman versus Monster of the Week with no backup. However, we do have. I said we have a Digimon or a Pokemon or whatever that Furby was. Rekius. I was like, whatever that Furby thing was that Yu had in.
How was it a Furby when it's clearly a giant Godzilla thing? It's nowhere close to being fuzzy.
Well, I mean, it starts off small. It's just like it's his little companion, kind of like the little Furby thing in Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, Pooh.
Mm-hmm.
Pooh, that's what his name was.
Pooh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
so this week we get the fusion form between Ultraman and them, because the helper monsters are going to become armor and weaponries for Ultraman.
Mm-hmm.
So Rekius turns into a giant pronged sword, and he gets like shoulder armor and a head spike, where the Ice Slugger usually is. An Ice Slugger, for those unaware, is the bladed crest on Ultraman's head.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. So yeah, very minimal cast, and they have a lot of minimal use of extras. Like, there's only over so many people on camera at once, and then that's it. Most of it's just going to special effects this time around.
Nice. Well, with that being said, I also didn't want to leave out our president, because like Tara said, Keith David did make an announcement, and I definitely don't want to disrespect the president.
And you're used to it. I can't wait for Rick and Morty fans to see what's coming. Citizens of America, your favorite commander-in-chief is here with a special announcement. Adult Swim has officially greenlit a brand new animated series called President Curtis, starring yours truly. We're diving deep into the Oval Office, but not the one you're used to. I can't wait for Rick and Morty fans to see what's coming.
All I can sit there and say is I hear nothing but Goliath. I know Keith. I hear nothing but. Is it bad that whenever Keith David talks, I hear Goliath or Spawn?
No, I mean he's got so many iconic roles. I mean,
yeah,
I want to say Goliath was his first role I heard cartoon wise. Live action though, I will forever remember him as Mr. Wallace in Barbershop.
Oh man,
yeah,
I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot about that role. I completely forgot.
Yeah. You think I'm just some old street dude, don't you? Will you walk your ass into some white man's bank and see if they'll pay you for this barbershop?
See, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Thank you, Laney. But yeah, shout out to Mr. Silverthorne himself. It is well deserved. Speaking of things that I did not expect, because apparently my son Chad is a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, even so much that he can recite the lore back and forth. Just wish he could do the same thing with his homework. But anyway, we do have a trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. If you haven't seen it, here it is. It's not as bad as you think.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Definitely not the Freddy's I remember.
You're thinking of the franchise location. This is the original. Nobody's been here for decades. Some little girl got murdered here. guys hear that?
Hear what?
So this is what it's like? Being normal?
I think we've come pretty far, considering what we've been through.
How's Abby?
Some days she's good. Some days she misses her friends.
This story that you're gonna fix those animatronics? It's only giving her false hope.
Can any of you hear me?
Abby, help us. Come find us. I will show you the way.
Oh no.
They're out there, Mike.
Where?
Everywhere.
Where are you going to hold on to? We're not done with you.
There's no way that'll work.
All right, so that was the trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. As you can see, only in December, December 5th. I am amazed, really, how many kids know about Five Nights at Freddy's and are not fazed by the scare factor. Like, don't get me wrong, my son, when I asked him about it, he, for about a good 45 minutes, went into the entire lore of Five Nights at Freddy's to the point where I was impressed. And I was like, well, if all these animatrons are just basically the souls of basically who from Springtrap, from my understanding, why don't they just go after the creator? To which he says they don't know he's alive. So I'm just like, okay, so the guy that basically put these souls these kids in these animatrons, they don't know the dude's alive. Although the first Five Nights at Freddy's, we saw, I guess, Matthew Lillard become Springtrap, which I'm assuming is the yellow character. Like I said,
yeah. So it's
this
always
is like,
that's it. That's it. He usually becomes Springtrap, and then the whole story is that he died like years ago, and I guess they just never knew. But I guess at the end of the story, you like help them realize it, and they all pass on. Or at least that was the fourth one, and then they just kept making games.
Yep. And yes, definitely check out Geek by Heart. We just reacted to it. It looks far better. It looks better as the scare factor. Yeah, it's a book series. Yep, my son told me that too. Which again, I am surprised. But yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I think the first one is still available on Peacock if you want to watch it. I would give it a shot just because it's different storytelling. So I would definitely give it a shot from there. But fellas, what do y'all think?
Curious if they get Corey Kenshin or any YouTubers to cameo again. I will say Christmas is a weird move. Halloween is kind of empty this year. Like, that is a perfect October film. But Blumhouse definitely obtained, or at least coughed up, a worthy budget this time, because they definitely improved on a lot of the scare factor. A lot of the set looks, I think they only use practical stuff, but it looks a lot more entertaining. It looks like they very much went. They upped the ante on everything. Seeing that they brought back the main cast from the last movie, I'm excited for it. I think it'll very much be, because they still did good for that last movie coming out in theaters, but also streaming to Peacock at the same time. So I think they have faith in this fandom and that people will show up and show out. I need to brush up on my lore of the second game, because I know that one was a bit more confusing.
Like I said, I've got to learn myself. It's a lot of information I know I'm missing out on, so I'm gonna probably be leaning on my son a little bit more. But Joe, what about you? Giving Five Nights at Freddy's 2 a shot?
I mean, I can. The first one was pretty okay. I mean, the reason a lot of kids are so desensitized of it is Markiplier plays those things like to death and upon completion. So you can pretty much go to any corner of YouTube and watch a full playthrough and just become utterly desensitized to jump scares.
Yeah, that was very much. Yeah, because I remember FNAF came out when I was in I think my second year of college, and we were fresh off the heels of Slender, and those are both the two most popular indie games of the time. Slender kind of got a more fleshed out game on the Xbox Arcade, and then a movie that apparently nobody liked, from what I've been told.
Well, and then it went away because children were starting to murder other children for him.
In the same state I went to school, in the same place I went to school, who would have thought?
Yeah, that got weird as all get out, but no, like I said, it's interesting, and there's so much more lore to this than I didn't realize, but yeah, I would give it a shot as well. But also, the last bit of news that we do have from San Diego Comic-Con for now, because again, still going on. There may be news that might come on still during this podcast. Prime Video decided to release their Season 2 trailer for Gen V. Of course, this is basically a spinoff of The Boys. We pick up, and again, this is a spinoff of The Boys. You already know this trailer is going to be a little bit on the gory side. Your discretion is advised. But here's a trailer.
Hey, Marie. You can't stay on the run forever. I need your help. You need to go back to school.
It was a mistake leaving you. All of you.
This school, it's become a monument to mediocrity.
The new dean, he was at Elmira. Now he's at fucking Godolkin, so something's going on, but we don't know what.
Vought is resuming a research program called Project Odessa that's spearheaded by Thomas Godolkin. And I need you to stop it.
We're all on the same side here. This is bigger than us. We need to figure out what the fuck he knows about Odessa.
For Andre.
Let me be very clear. This plan is crazy and I hate it. But I'm in.
You can all level up under the right amount of pressure. Marie, you could be the most powerful suit to ever come out of Godolkin.
More powerful than Homelander. I need answers.
You want to know what Odessa means? This is how you find out.
Cypher believes I'm this weapon. Let's at least use it to do something good. Sabotage.
I want all of this to stop! The time's come. You're stronger than the others. Embrace it.
This makes you one of the most powerful suits in the world. I'm not any chosen one. Chosen ones are like Harry Potter, Neo, fucking Frodo, fucking Frodo.
All right, so that was the trailer for Season 2 for Gen V. As you can see, guys, will be available. Let me go back a few. September 17th. There we go. I'm going to be honest. Kripke always gets me sold in on these shows, and I know I'm definitely watching it, but what do you think? Tafara, Joe?
I'm curious to watch it and how it ties in, especially since we're picking up right after where the last season of The Boys ended, and Starlight is recruiting her for something. I was kind of hoping to see more of her and Newman, but after last season, I can see that's not happening. So I'm curious to see how far Marie and her bloodbending abilities go, and if she ends up being recruited as part of the what could possibly stop Homelander, or if she's able to maybe do blood manipulation to allow him to be susceptible to that virus that we may or may not be abandoning next season. I'm not 100%. Also, the fact that we are addressing, I blanking on the name of the actor who passed away, and his dad is kind of filling that slot.
Oh yeah, I can't think of that guy's name either, and I should know it. You're exactly right because he did pass away last year. That's going to come back to haunt me. But yeah, the fact that his dad's kind of playing a bigger role in it now, that does look interesting. And yeah, Starlight, because of the fallout from the boys, if you have not seen the season finale from last season, did not do so well because I think Starlight was the only one that got away. I think everybody else pretty much got wrapped up.
Yeah, her powers was her nullification was her own stupidity for like the entire season. Her and Frenchie got on my nerves the entire season.
Well, Frenchie just wanted to, be imprisoned, but
yeah, but like not for any of the people we know and care about. For this rando you just met and suddenly you've done plenty of heinous things prior to now. Who, like, I get it. You've done your dirt, Frenchman, but like, nobody give a fuck about Colin. We just met you. Like, I don't give a shit. That was my whole thing. It was less about the relationship and more how much they tried to force us to care. Because like Kimiko and all your friends are right there, and you don't feel half as bad for them. The dude's name was Chance Perdomo. That's who it was who passed away.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, that was his character and his father stepping in. But yeah, it does make sense that they all got wrapped up. But I knew with the boys coming in their final season, I can only assume Gen V is, if not this season, next season, I guess story-wise has to make sense. Just because of how the boys is wrapping up, which I think is going to be the end. If it's exactly what I think it is in the boys, Gen V is only going to get one more season. Because
I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last season. I would be shocked if the boys next season isn't the end of that universe. I would be shocked. Outside of, I know they're doing a Soldier Boy Liberty spinoff.
If they follow that story, if they follow the story from the graphic novel, it's supposed to be the end all. But I'm kind of curious to see what they would do. But yeah, that's the end all. If they follow the boys that way, it's supposed to be the end all. But we're definitely gonna see. What do you say, Laney? I like how they still have a chance to involve someone. Yeah, because I think if the actor didn't pass away, he would still probably have a big role in Gen V. But the more I think about it, Tafari, you're probably right that season 2 might be it because it leads right into the boys' season finale for 5. So it might actually be it. What'd you say? SB and Liberty spinoff. I'm there. Possibly. I'm not, that's the thing about the boys because Kripke doesn't really do things. Well, he likes to do things in 5s, except for Supernatural. That's only because the WB wanted to run that into the ground. Why Supernatural has 15 seasons instead of 5, because Kripke was ready to end it. Kripke was ready to end it in season 5. But if they do a spinoff, I can't knock it. I think it'll be great. But if they go with that original story in the boys to how it ends, because if you haven't seen it, all the soups facing the White House and setting up for that final moment, that's it. Again, be emotionally prepared if you've never read the graphic novel. That's all I'm saying. But with that, also we do have one last trailer as well. This also just came out today. I thought for a second. Oh, and by the way, yes, there is a Hellraiser trailer out there. No, we're not playing it. No. Just no. For all those that are wondering, yes, go out there on YouTube, look at it yourself. Also not safe for work. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not a big Hellraiser fan. Not a big fan of the movies. That's a little too much for you, boy. But again, trailer's out there. Feel free to go watch it. But the trailer that we do have, Code Violet. Everybody kept asking for Dino Crisis. I'm just going to play this trailer and let me know if y'all guys think that this is a successor to Dino Crisis. That's all I'm saying.
Well, these are just dreams. Like before. Dreams can do crazy things.
I know, but they feel like more than that. They feel like memories, like they happened.
Get some rest. I'll check on you in the morning.
important than you understand.
There is something
different about her. She's our priority. Without her, there is no future.
All right, so that was the trailer for Code Violet. As you can see, will be available this year, November 14th, exclusively on the PS5, the Standard Edition and Digital Deluxe. The first time I saw this, I thought it was Dino Crisis. I thought it was Dino Crisis and Dead Space had a baby. Because again, if you don't remember Dino Crisis, again, this might be showing my age. It was on the PS1 a long time ago. We have been asking, well, for those that were fans, think of it like Resident Evil with dinosaurs. Still fun to play. We have been asking for a remake or a sequel to this game, for as long as I can freaking remember. And I think Code Violet is it. It looks great. I love the fact that there's a story behind this, and they're not really saying a lot about the character, except the fact that she's armed and apparently lost in Jurassic Park.
That's what I feel like we saw a lot of like the settings and a lot of like a lot of graphical feats. I'm not really sure what we're doing. I get the dark tone with the classical music in the background. Seems like it starts off normal and then gets progressively crazier as we go on. But I'm still curious as to what is going on.
Well, the backstory on this, just to give you guys a quick one. It's in the 25th century, a cataclysm has left the Earth uninhabitable, driving humanity's survivors to TRAPPIST 1E. Facing extinction due to sterility, the Aeon colony harnesses cutting-edge time travel technology to abduct women from the past to be surrogates in a dark yet desperate bid to save mankind. But their mission conceals a sinister conspiracy. As Violet Sinclair, torn from your time, you awaken in the Aeon bioengineering complex, swarming with ferocious prehistoric dinosaurs and hostile forces. You must carefully manage your inventory, uncover Aeon's dark secrets, fight to survive, and escape during a chaotic evacuation protocol. It's Dino Crisis. It's exactly okay. Let me.
Maybe that's what it is. There'll be a secret Dino Crisis tie-in, and you got to play the game to find it.
If I see a protagonist with red hair, I'm gonna be like, y'all sneaky, cheeky people. I'm all for it. I do want to see more of this. And I definitely want to give it a shot. Joe, what about you?
Well, they definitely can't do that because this is a Sony game and not a Capcom game.
True. I mean, but you got to admit the similarities are there.
I mean, yeah, but we also had the definitely not Regina in Exo Primal.
True. Very true. I'm not going to argue that. That's very true.
It was fine.
I just kept getting Dino Crisis Dead Space vibes because I could tell the health monitor being on the right arm. I'm like, okay, that's your health monitor. You've pretty much got weapons. obviously the T-Rex and the Spitters, and you're not calling Velociraptors, but let's be honest, you got to face Raptors. I'm not against it if you're trying to do a Dino Crisis Soul succession to it. It just looks great in my opinion, but I'm definitely going to check that out come November. But before we do get to anime picks, South Park. You gotta love the fact, and again, if you've been under a rock, Paramount has decided to, after 10 months from now, cancel the Late Show with Stephen Colbert for reasons, because again, we're trying to keep this a lighthearted show, but Paramount's trying to get the favor of a certain idiot, and in doing so, decided to cancel Late Show. However, they also gave South Park a nice budget to where, fellas, I'm going to put this for the first episode of South Park that came out, that Matt Parker and Trey Stone decided just to empty both barrels.
Now, to be fair, at Comic-Con, they said they were sorry.
Were they?
They did, but they're not really.
Sorry.
I've been saying this entire past week. It is weird that in a world where everybody wants to cater to this administration so bad, the biggest fight in television is for a show that will make fun of them without a moment's notice or hesitation, and that is exactly what they did. South Park, which is a show that can do what no one else can, which is like, we're just not doing an episode this week. Catch us next Wednesday, maybe. Or turn in an episode like hours before it's supposed to air. And also never tell the audience when the show is over or if they're coming back. Hey, here's 6 episodes. Don't ask me for shit else. And they only did 5 of the 11 specials under the last deal. So I just see everyone's like, did Trey and Matt scam Paramount again? Because how did you get more money and you produced less than you were supposed to under the last thing?
There really should be a master class in, like you said, what they get. 1 point. I forgot the full. It's a nice.
The last one was 800 or 900 million. It's a full billion this time.
Yeah, I want to say it was 1.5 if I've got my math right.
I know it was a 10-digit number.
Yeah. It was definitely up there. But the simple fact of the matter is, again, because we are trying to keep this lighthearted, we can't really play clips from that. But of course, you can go log on to Paramount or go on the Grand Line and see the episode in its entirety, because I'm going to be honest. Oh, thank you, Laney. I think it's 1.6 billion.
1.6, yeah.
But I'm going to be honest. They unloaded both barrels. I laughed my head off. And the certain idiot who I won't mention, hasn't said anything.
Apparently, his team has said something for them. They said, "Oh, it's a fourth-rate show and it's not funny," and how we're appalled, or some official White House statement.
Yeah,
nothing from him directly, but I said, why did you think you were going to be spared? Especially because they swapped out Mr. Garrison.
Yeah.
They swapped out Mr. Garrison for just actual Trump, and then realizing that, even with how they got rid of Chef, that wasn't a dig at Isaac Hayes. That was a dig at the Church of Scientology now.
Which we did not know that apparently the Church of Scientology had a hand in removing Chef, the former Black Moses character from South Park. Was not because of his doing, because of the Church of Scientology, which we come to find out. But it's crazy as far as how they went about it. Because like I said, if you've seen, and you're right, lady, they got their coins regardless. Right. But I thought again, South Park has always been funny to me. And the fact that they have made fun of everybody, and the fact that a certain idiot is very quiet right now screams volumes to me. But again, let us know what you think. Joe, any thoughts on the South Park episode?
It was hilarious. I probably should see it. I've just seen the clips, and I can't wait to see how else they're going to lampoon this entire administration. I wonder if they're going to do anything about the group chat incident.
Oh, they got plenty of ammo to work with. That's the thing I'm thinking about. You have a nice little amount of information to work with a show like South Park. But
yeah, because even in their trailer, they were already making jokes about the air traffic control people being fired and I guess being replaced with the kids. So and we've seen how fast they've either made edits to an episode or swapped stuff out. So, because the Obama McCain episode, that was like I think done the night before it aired.
Yeah.
But I will probably go bootleg it somewhere. I'm not subscribing to Paramount. I've already used my free trial already, and I don't feel like giving y'all more money. So I will 7 Seas it is.
Well, the funny part is they already turned around and said if you do the Paramount Plus trial and just watch the South Park episode, then cancel it, and they ask you the reason why. They say because I don't believe I was like I don't support I can't say it here, but it's a certain phrase that again try and keep it lighthearted and family friendly. So I can't say exactly what the comment was. Leave to Paramount Plus, but like we said, you can watch it on Paramount Plus or you can watch it on the Grand Line. Completely up to you. But fellas, unfortunately I did not get a chance to catch up on any anime this week. What say y'all guys?
Joe, what shows are you on to again?
Let me look.
Because I meant to watch Dan. I meant to watch Dan to Dan, and I meant to watch. It just didn't work out. Didn't get to watch Dan to Dan. I know there was a new episode of Gachi Akuda. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
I am watching With You and the Rain, which is that one where it's the single woman raising the tanuki.
Okay.
Her high school friends came over. They're now adults. Everyone's an adult in this one. And they just had a luncheon, and then she went to the beach. Again, nice, simple slice of life. Her friends really want to take her to the beach. She's like, I'm not going with any of you guys. I don't like going to the beach in a crowd. I like going alone. My Dress Up Darling. This one really big one this is a big cosplay slice of life anime, but this is the biggest one where it's just one of those things where it just explains why somebody loves cosplay or cross-dressing cosplay or gender-bending cosplay, which was a really big important thing, and pretty much just flat out tells their girlfriend right before they do it's like, I do this because it makes me feel good and I like doing it. It doesn't matter what you think of what I cosplay.
Okay.
So that's a very important one. I actually put out a small video in the group chat for Rory Rocks about the bismuth.
Let me go find it.
Like the stone?
So this time we learned about bismuth and fluorite in the anime.
Oh, the horse girl anime?
No, Rory Rocks. This is the mineralogy anime.
I gotta go looking.
You say bismuth and stuff. My mind immediately goes Steven Universe, but that's because that show has taught me so much about rocks and gems.
This one also teaches you about actual mineralogy.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see
if I can find it.
Let me see if I can find that for you.
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I got it. Give me a second.
Yep. And then the other one I am watching Secrets of the Silent Witch, which again is just Bochi the Rock, but what if she was a sorceress with horrible anxiety issues?
Okay, I got it. Well, who knew? Again, I get my Dr. Stone, but I can see why this. I can see the allure behind this because you're basically.
Well, I mean, there's the other reason why people are watching it, and it's that one pause scene right there.
Well, yeah,
I mean, gets people's attention, but it's I'm very much seeing where the design inspiration for the Twilly from Twilight Princess came from.
Pretty much. Which again, you're still playing that. And I'm like, the fact you're doing that on a Wii remote while on the treadmill is still impressive to me. But
I can't wait to see him do Victorious Boxer on it. He won't be able to be on a treadmill.
No, the Wii Sports stuff, I think I just got to stand. That is too big a task, especially because you need stability.
I was gonna say, because if you try to pull that off, that's impressive and also dangerous. But what other anime are y'all watching? Any anime that y'all watching this week?
Dawn to Dawn's return has been good. Picking up right where we left off, getting right into. Honestly, I was just expecting this to be a throwaway episode. I didn't know we were getting to a whole arc here with this whole mind's eye thing. It's actually pretty cool. Dr. Stone, after 4 years, I can finally say I was Tsukasa was right and not be spoiler-ish. If anybody hasn't caught up with it, you'll know what I'm talking about the moment you see it. We're still. I was curious how they were going to do the pacing to this episode, or really to this whole second half of the season, but I think we are speeding along to what's going to be our last couple bits here, because we're already headed towards the source of the petrification. We're off of the sea. We're in the land. Also, I think the first anime I've seen handle the whole language barrier thing and really ask the stoner question of what language is everyone technically speaking in anime? Is it all the same? Or is everyone technically speaking their native tongue and they can all just understand each other?
Yeah.
And of course, the Americans with the most American introduction ever, because why not build guns in the stone world?
True. Either way, it'll be interesting. But y'all, Nat, Joe, what else you got, or is that y'all's updates?
I mean, I'm watching like a litany of things, but those are the big main ones I always want to push and recommend, just because, it's the off season. October starts off shonen season again. So just down to earth slice of life stuff for me.
Oh yeah, Kaiju number 8's back. They're letting our team. They're letting our boy live, but they also split up his entire division. So I don't know what the ulterior motive behind that is, but his whole company has basically been disbanded and reassigned. Also, Godzilla makes a cameo in the most recent episode because I refuse.
Oh right, that white version of Shin Godzilla.
Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. It is. I want to say. I don't know if it was white, but I want to say this is straight up Godzilla. Like, I'm guessing every series is celebrating the anniversary this year by doing some kind of cameo.
I still got to catch that. That's the second episode. I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, they gave
first
you the
little
the OVA special that they tried to trick you into going into theaters for, which it's just the captain's day off.
Yeah, that was the only thing about it, and yeah, in this episode was where they pick up from there. I gotta catch it because there's so much I didn't get to, but life be lifing. But outside of that, because I was checking to see if there's any more San Diego Comic-Con news that came out. Amazon Prime did announce a Wolfenstein as a television series. That's gonna be interesting because the game Wolfenstein, and of course the new Colossus, and I'm forgetting the second one, and Youngblood. Those are actually good first-person shooters. So I'm gonna be curious to see how they're gonna tell a Nazi killing story. Well, I mean, basically you take the man in the high castle and give it bullets, but it'll be interesting to see that. But yeah. So far, like I said, news that comes out during San Diego Comic-Con, we will try to cover as much as we can. But hey, it just actually started kicking in high gear. More than likely, news will be coming out Saturday, Sunday, and more than likely Monday. I hope it does well too, but we'll see. But any news, guys, before we get to comics?
That is it for me. I'm not seeing anything scrolling my timeline.
Joe? You up for comics?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well, just making sure. Well, before we do get to comics, guys, we always do want to show love to Rick's Comic City, Nashville's #1 go-to place for comic book books, for Funko Pops, for everything geek and pop culture related. You can find it 2 locations, Nashville, Tennessee, and Clarksville, Tennessee, or their website at rickscomiccity.com. If you are in the Middle Tennessee area, definitely go out and support. If not, I always say this best: if you are not in the Middle Tennessee area, support your local comic book stores, support your indie bookstores, support your indie writers, support your indie artists, support your local libraries. Outside of the Grand Line, these are the last places to where we can actually get our comics in person as well as an experience. These places are disappearing by the minute. There is a bookstore in NYC right now that is on the verge of closing that has been there for several decades. Again, guys, your support means everything. So if you are in the Middle Tennessee area, support Rick's Comic City. If you're not, support your local comic book store, support your local library, support the indies. That's the artists and everybody included. Because trust me, you're going to miss these when they are gone. But with that being said, Joe, I do see that yours is up. So give me 1 second. I'm going to try to. There we go. So whenever you're ready, sir.
All right, we got the new history of the DC Universe. This is written by Mark Waid with art by Brad Walker and Micah Allred, coloring Trish Mulvihill and Laura Allred. Pretty much the crux of this is a new version of an old story called DC Legacies, where it told the chronological history of the DC Universe. This one is actually the memoirs of Barry Allen. From the founding thing. This is the second issue, so we are covering the late 60s through the 70s and into the early 80s, because this starts with the formation of the Justice League, Barry meeting Jay Garrett again, and ending in Crisis on Infinite Earth. Crisis on Infinite Earths. Next issue will be going into the 90s. But yeah, it's just a very stylized memoir that tells the current history, what the current history of the DC Universe is.
Also,
as we are into a new era of DC, the Knockout Universe. Or not
also,
universe,
if you also if you are new to DC, this is actually a good way to kind of get ramped up.
Yeah.
So if you are new to DC characters and all, this is pretty much your Encyclopedia Britannica, but easier to read. So it's I definitely would recommend that for anybody that's new to comics, because that actually is a nice little source of information.
Cool.
Next up, we got Absolute Wonder Woman number 10. This is written by Kelly Thompson, art by Hayden Sherman. Colors is Jordi Belair. Wonder Woman is still in the actual labyrinth, trapped with the Minotaur, Ferdinand, and Ferdinand's charge, whose name escapes me at the moment. Ferdinand decides to sacrifice himself to the dwellers of the labyrinth in order for Wonder Woman and his little friend to escape. Wonder Woman doubles back around and faces the citizens or the army of the labyrinth, while we also get a peek at Tiny Diana trapped in Tartarus in war armor facing a giant jaguar god.
Yeah.
Again, Absolute Wonder Woman just amazes me to no end on how fun and good it is.
This one, it's a lot. I mean, I understand there's going to be some highs and lows. This was more of a low for me on this one, but
it's taking the standard woman stance.
It just, like I said, it was a low one. I still say you should still read it for continuity, but it was a low one for me.
Next up, we got Green Lantern number 25. This is written by Jeremy Adams. Artist and cover artist is Romanico. Colors is Romulo Fernando Jr. Pretty much we get the core of light versus the core of new emotions. This is the start of the new emotion war. How and everybody need to reactivate the new lanterns. So that way the light of the emotional core, the original emotional core, can come back into existence and can use their rings again. But the new emotional core of fury and sorrow and other things are trying to prevent this from happening. Also, we learn now that Kyle can become a White Lantern, but it's kind of like him going Super Saiyan now. They also visit Gem World, so we get to see Amethyst. And they officially named the Predator Henry.
Although I do love the fact that Guy Gardner said this was a bad plan the entire time, and then yet at the same time, I was right. This is gonna fight us in the ass.
Oh, I love it so much. That's Guy. Next up, we are taking a peek back at Superman. Superman number 28. This is written by Josh Williamson with art by Dan Mora, colors by Alejandro Sanchez. This is one of the big parts of the new continuity where more than likely Knockout is going to take place in because we are still citizens of the Dark Side universe, which is the absolute universe, which is the Legion of Superheroes invades the main universe and tries to take on Superman. But Superman is saved by the Time Trapper, who is currently Doomsday.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Saturn Girl gets into Superman's mind and shows him a horrible, horrible fate for everybody as a result of it. But pretty soon, things are going to come to a head. Superman versus the Darkseid Legion.
It's an interesting story because, again, this is the first time you've actually seen Superman. Well,
he was ready to kill him.
I mean, that and the fact that Darkseid's taking a more cerebral approach. So I do like this story. I do like where they're going with this, and this, like I said, it's probably going to lead into the Knockout universe. But it's a good read. I did like this one.
Yep. Heading over tomorrow, we have Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe. This is written by Jerry Dugan with art by Xavier Goran and colors by Jesus Arbertov and Andrew Dahlhaus. Mole Man accidentally wakes up Godzilla and everybody has to deal with it.
Pretty much.
That's the crux of this. I love the facial expressions on all these characters they got for this artist, or this artist is giving everybody, because God, when they're out of their depth, they really look like it in their face. Like, I have no idea what to do now. Especially Captain America somehow reflecting Godzilla's gamma beam back into him using just his shield.
I guess vibranium beats radioactive blast. Right? Wait. Vibranium reflects gamma radiation?
Potentially. I'm not 100%.
We're supposed to absorb it because that's why T'Challa's Hulkbuster always works and Tony's never does.
I guess so. That's the one thing I can think of. Vibranium can reflect gamma radiation, which you think the Hulk would beat. Never mind. Go ahead.
No, every time T'Challa faces Hulk in the Wakandan Hulkbuster, he wins.
No, I'm talking more like the Hulk going against Godzilla. Isn't that kind of just one force feeding another?
Well, there was the excellent Thor one that we didn't get to cover. That one was excellent because they just fought all through all of time and eternity.
Yeah.
This one, it's just everybody's in over their death all because of Mole Man, and it is hilarious.
Pretty much.
Next up, we got Emma Frost, White Crane number 2. This is written by Amy Chu, art by Andrea DeVito, and colors by Antonio Flavia. Emma just kind of goes on a mini world tour to go find out who the spy is that allowed the X-Men to breach the Hellfire event that installed mutants.
Mm-hmm.
She's in London, although with the way the story's written, it's very obvious who the traitor is. It was fine for me, but then again, I know the history enough.
Yeah, if you're an Emma Frost fan, you're gonna like it. That's about the best way I can put that.
Well, it's not even being an Emma Frost fan. If you're only like a classic X-Men fan with a little bit more intrigue, you'll enjoy it.
Fair point. That's fair.
Next up, we got Imperial number 2. This is written by Jonathan Hickman, art by Evan Colio and Federico Vincentini. Colors is Federico Blee. Where to go on this one? Shuri doesn't know about the assassination thing. The Wakandan Empire tries to invade, and unfortunately for T'Challa, Hulk and Braun are there waiting for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Skrulls attack.
I just love how Shuri pointed out to both Star-Lord and Nova. How did y'all think this was us when it was fairly obvious we've been set up?
Oh no, I like where they it's like, how did you think this is us? Well, we have evidence. Show me the evidence.
That part, it was like,
and then you're like, oh wait, no, These are the transaction our empire has made. What the hell's going on?
Right. But it was interesting how Shuri just literally cleared that up in 5 minutes. But again, one of the smartest people in the MCU. But go ahead.
She's still the most aggro of the Black Panthers.
Yeah.
We got Dr. Afra number 2. This is written by Cherish Chen, art by Gabriel Guzman, and art by Mike Aylett. We wrap up the adventures with Luke Skywalker, who Dr. Afra in this issue is just basically coasting on Luke's rank and name to solve the mystery and mission they're currently on. And then we find out that I guess every 2 episodes she's going to have a different partner because next issue she's teaming up with Han Solo.
Oh Lord, that's
hilarious.
That can't go wrong. I'm sorry, that was crappy. I'm sorry.
That'll go immediately wrong.
That's gonna go left quick, but it's interesting. Like I said, the fact that Luke is seeing so much faith in this one character, it's almost like it's almost one side to the point like Luke, you're believing in the Force just a little too much, but still, it's an interesting read.
Yeah, I do like post Jedi era stuff right before the other stuff happened, right before the new prequel happened.
Yeah.
We got Silverhawks number 5. This is written by Ed Brisson with art by George Kambatis and colors also by George Kambatis. This issue is kind of a backstory issue where the original lineup of the Silverhawks that were so terribly murdered in the opening of the second issue, this is how they originally took down Monstar.
Okay.
Just really good, really fun. This is technically pretty cool and sets up the animated series as well, because we never did get a backstory of how Commander Stargazer took down Monstar. Well, this is the story.
I'm gonna be honest. Ever since I saw Hot Wings, I kind of checked out on this.
No, this is actually still really good.
I'll try. Like I said, ever since Hot Wings, I was like, still didn't change it. But okay.
IDW has a new Godzilla book out. This is written by Tim Seeley, art by Nicola Sismagia, and colors by Francisco Segala. So there's this kid that's definitely not Sasuke. If you read the comic, you know what I'm joking about.
Yeah.
Who punched Godzilla and learned that he has mutant powers to generate a force similar to that of Godzilla's energy. And then they stick him on a not quite government kaiju response team.
Right.
Shenanigans ensue.
It's actually interesting. The fact that this kid survived a blast from Godzilla and basically inherited his ability, as far as his ability to blast Gamma, and the team that's supporting him.
Oh my God.
Good. Yeah, I got no words for that except the fact.
By the way, did you catch the in joke that he is definitely Sasuke because the other kid who's fighting is definitely Naruto?
Yeah. I saw the you talking about the scene where they're fighting in the blast and it looks like it got him and the kid who looks like Naruto got flipped off or thrown off.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, wow.
We'll peek in on this time to time. I do want to see where this goes.
It's interesting, I will say that. It's a different Godzilla story, but the fact they put him on the same level as Godzilla, but technically you're trying to avoid waking him by fighting different other kaiju. It's interesting, I will say that.
Next up we got Ghost Pepper. I think this is our last book of the night. Ghost Pepper number 1. This is written creator, writer, artist, and letterer all Ludo Lulabi, and colors is Andrea Lucas. What if food trucks in the apocalypse and the guild is run by giant robots?
It screams a lot.
It's really, really fun. The main character is Lolly, who is just running a food truck and runs into this one dude named Ash, who apparently has the strength of a Hulk.
Yeah.
And giant robots just keep chasing him and just show up every time he starts to eat his ramen.
I still laughed at the creature on his arm is called Jiminy. I'm like, really?
Yes.
A little too much on the nose, don't you think?
We're going to check back on this too because I really like this.
It is interesting. I will say that it does make me want to read it more, and also the whole thing surrounding the. Well, I'm not gonna get too much into it. Just it's worth a read, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. And that's all of our books this week.
All right. Well, cool. Well, thank you for that, Joe. And as we do wrap up, guys, let you know. Again, San Diego Comic-Con is still going on. Any news that does get released, we will definitely follow up with that next Friday. But I do got to get to the man, the myth, the legend, literally the legend, since his name got shouted out on Ned's Declassified podcast. Tafara, I want people to know what you're doing and what you're up to, sir.
Yeah, apparently they're taking voice notes and making them into short stories. So I was like, shot in the dark, here's one. And they actually really liked it. So go over there. Timestamp is 46:30 if you don't want to watch the whole thing. Let them know you like it. Let them know you want to see it. If you go to their shorts, you can see the other one. It was like 30 seconds, and they made a full skit out of it. So that was cool. Got to hang out with New Blurred Order last week, which was cool. Currently streaming through Sonic and the Secret Ring, so I can get to Black Knight. I'm done with Brawl. Still going through Zelda. Skits posting here and there. Short content coming throughout the week, and stream highlights here and there. So I'm always putting out something, so stay tuned.
All right. Thank you for that, sir. And of course, the man who's also equally as busy and always doing something or out and about. Joe, want people know what you're up to and where they can find you, sir?
Currently in the gym. No, I am in the gym, like a lot now.
Nice.
Yeah. Things I got to do for my doctor to tell me, by the way, you're no longer diabetic in November when I go see him again.
Hey, that's great news.
No, I want him to tell me that.
Oh, well, here's hoping.
Well, yeah, I saw him at 245 and now I'm 219.
Nice.
So it's amazing what tossing all the bread out of your apartment and not eating sugar will do for you.
That's a struggle. But I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, so you can see Tafara and I as we do watch Ultraman Omega. Our new episode will be coming out tomorrow at noon. That's episode 3. We will be recording our watch through of episode 4 at some point next week. This weekend, both today and tomorrow and Sunday, you can find me over at Middle Tennessee Gaming over in the Bellevue area of Nashville. It is pre-release for Edge of Eternities, which is Magic the Gathering sci-fi space set. I will be just helping out the store in general. I am getting ready to drop a video because the store owner is investing in a new card game and wants my help with it. So I will be unboxing with him tomorrow HoloLive, the official card game. We'll be ripping some boxes and seeing what we get. I do not know too much about VTubing in the grand scheme of things, but I know, as I always say, I know enough, but not enough to hurt me none. Other than that, I might be able to stream a little bit at some point in the near future. It's just work and API events and movie events and or going to the movies now or just going out and living life. I think the Clarksville Comic-Con is next weekend.
Yes, it is.
So shout out to Shadow because I know he is a cosplay guest at the Clarksville Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
So I may pop up there Saturday just to see him. Because that's 20 minutes closer to me now since I live in Midtown.
Nice.
Other than that, no, you'll find me here.
All right. Well, we'd like to have you here. I mean, you are a part of our group, so we're always happy to have you
Whether
here.
I'm awake or not.
Hanging in there.
You hang in there. Hey, you hang in there. That's always that matters.
No, it's my fault. I'm a little bit sleepy tonight because I went to bed at inadvertently went to bed at 1 in the morning and then got up as I usually do at 6 in the morning.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
That'll do it.
Right. That'll definitely do it. Well, before I do get to myself, shameless plugging as usual. Shout out to APR TV. Why? Because you can see the Get Bit podcast on APR TV. Check them out on the Roku channel or Amazon Fire TV app at APR TV, where you can stream it on all your smart devices. And speaking of other smart devices you can stream on, Blur Station. Definitely check out blurstation.com. Basically, it is a site with our viewership, our content, and most importantly, our dollars should be going to. $10.99 a month to stream Blur Station. Hit the Join Now button, select the Blur's Eye View Affinity membership, and anybody there, you can definitely select. We would certainly appreciate it. Again, we keep asking, we keep saying we need avenues, we need tables to where our things can be shown, and Blur Station definitely is it. So definitely jump on that as you get the chance. Definitely at blurstation.com. As for yours truly, guys, please support the GB podcast on all socials, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Much like NPR, we cannot do any of this without your support. So like, share, and subscribe. Ask myself, Black_Spartan615 on the socials. Like and follow me there. Just don't be weird. I don't want to get in the habit of blocking people. At the same time, guys, it is the weekend. I understand you want to drink, you want to go hang out with friends, all of the above. Keep in mind, guys, when you're out and about, please make smart decisions. Nobody wants to be in jail over the weekend. Nobody. Please make smart decisions. Just as Joe had pointed out, con's still going on. Check out Safari TV for all the how-to videos from beginning to end. I simply have 3 simple rules. Number 1, respect the cosplayer at all times. Cosplay is not consent. Please treat people like human beings. It's not that freaking hard. Number 2, wash your ass. There are still high cases of COVID and other diseases out there. Again, guys, especially if you're going to cons, please protect yourself. Please wash your ass, use deodorant, wear clean clothes, take precautions. There is nothing wrong wearing a mask out in public because, like I said, we haven't nicked COVID yet. So if you do feel the need to protect yourself, please do so. But at the same time, hygiene is not that freaking hard. And the number 3 rule is the same rule that I have for myself, that I have for everybody else. Be nice, be kind. Talk, share, and discuss. You can debate your fandoms. You can discuss your fandoms, but don't make it toxic. Don't be negative. Not everybody's an expert and nobody gets it right. Talk and share your fandoms. Have fun with it. Don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool. Outside of that, guys, please don't doom scroll. I know a lot of stuff is going on right now. We hope the last 2 hours we were able to distract you a little bit, but hey, don't doom scroll. Go outside, enjoy the weather. You know, if you're gonna go out in the sun, please hydrate because the sun is trying to kill us. At the same time, guys, check on your friends, text or call. Go out there and enjoy life. Enjoy the environment. Go do something that makes you happy or something you've never done before. But either way, get out there, protect your peace, and also check on your friends. That being said, we will be back here, same Get Bit time, same Get Bit channel next Friday with probably more news from San Diego Comic-Con because we are expecting bigger news to be released. If not tonight, probably Saturday or Sunday, because I think the Hall H panel, which is usually Marvel Disney, I think that's Saturday if I'm not mistaken. But again, we'll find out as more news comes out. And like we said, guys, at the same time, please support Safari TV, Show Guy Joe, Black_Spartan. Please support Geek by Heart because, again, Lainey and her husband Jay do reviews, do trailer reactions. Lainey herself, I think tomorrow will be back on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Lainey, if you're watching, please let me know if I'm correct about that. She is still streaming Breath of the Wild. I think her next streaming is tomorrow at Geek by Heart. Definitely check her out there. Also, check out Kira at Roomful of Blurs. as she will be returning back very soon with her show after a nice little break. Her and Navy Montel will be back on there. Also, check out Blurred's Eye View. We are still on hiatus till August, but shows and clips are still coming on a weekly basis. Definitely check out Blurred's Eye View on YouTube. Also, check out BlurredCon Speaks on YouTube. Check out Mayhem Media on YouTube. And I forgot, Whoopty. I apologize. I should know your IG handle. I keep on wanting to call you something else, but I promise I'll get it right.
Fresh Pressed by Z is her.
Fresh. Thank you. Fresh Pressed by Z. Whoopty would kick my butt because I'm trying to shout out everybody because it's all about support. So, with that being said, guys, like we said, have fun, protect your peace. Guys, any last words we call tonight?
Go see Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Definitely go see Fantastic Four. What are you going to say, Joe?
That was such a weird thing in Fantastic Four. I'm not sure it was entirely a promotion for the Naked Gun, but Liam Neeson had one of those like fireside chats about making sure people go see comedies because the comedy movie genre is in great danger of going extinct in the film industry because no one sees comedies anymore.
Wait till Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Wait till Spaceballs. That's gonna get revived. That's gonna get revived back really quick. But yes, if you are planning to go see Fantastic Four, I hope you enjoy it. Again, don't spoil it. Don't be that kind of guy for everybody. But just say if you like it or if you didn't like it. But again, leave it at that. Give everybody a chance. But that being said, I've been Will. He's been Tafari. He's been Joe. This has been the Give It Podcast for tonight, guys. Thank you all for watching. Please take care of yourselves and each other. And try not to die out in the sun. Please hydrate. Have a good night, guys. Peace.